Adams getting a warm reception while saying the city needs to take a tougher stance on immigration. Watch.
Those small numbers that are committing crimes, we need to modify the sanctuary city law that if you commit a felony, a violent act, we should be able to turn you over to ICE and have you deported. It is a right to live in this city, and you should be not committing crimes in our city for doing so.
Seems pretty reasonable to me. OutKick host Tomi Lahren joins us now. Tomi, one of the notable things about this, and this is why people are saying he's changing his tune, is that in 2021 during his campaign, he posted this on Twitter. He said, we should protect our immigrants, period. Yes, New York City will remain a sanctuary city under an Adams administration.
Well, yes, Carly, now he's being inundated. And let's not forget there's an election coming up in November. And that means that Democrats are all vulnerable, even if they're not necessarily on the ballot. Their party is vulnerable due to the illegal immigration crisis / invasion at our southern border. So I think people are giving him a lot of undue credit here for saying something that, as you pointed out, is entirely reasonable and realistic. That shouldn't be an applause line. That should be common sense if you're leading a city, that those who are not legally allowed to be in your city in the first place should be deported if they commit a crime, and that immigration and customs enforcement should be able to work with local law enforcement to get those people out of the country and out of the city. I mean, my goodness, the fact that this is now getting an applause just shows you how far to the left this nation has moved on the issue of illegal immigration. So I think that people are getting a little bit too excited about this. I expect Democrats in the coming months to pivot on immigration in several instances. I expect that Joe Biden will probably talk about something that he would think would be massive at the State of the Union, because they're scrambling. They have to give the appearance and the perception that they care about the open border without actually caring about the open border. You'll notice that really no Democrats are calling for the border to be closed. They're not really calling for any enforcement at the border. They simply say little things and throw out little breadcrumbs to get an applause line, saying a lot without doing a lot or doing anything that's really novel or revolutionary. I'm sorry, guys, not a lot of credit from me.
It would have been a lot more helpful if Mayor Adams had done that when he initially entered office, not now when the horse is so far out of the barn, can't get that horse back in. You mentioned elections. Speaking of elections, several squad members are facing competitive primaries in the coming months. Let's put them up on the screen. AOC and Congressman Bowman going to face primary challengers on June 25th. Bowman's one to watch there. AOC could be safe, but Bowman could be in trouble. Tlaib and Bush will be on the ballot on August 6th. Pay attention to that Bush race. And Ilhan Omar's primary challenge is going to take place August 13th. Don Samuels, we've had him on the program before. He is one of the individuals going up against her. Is the squad's reign of terror, Tomi, in trouble?
You know, I would like to think that might be the case. And for a couple of them, maybe it might be a little bit closer. But if you look at the fundraising numbers, a lot of them are still raising a lot of money. They obviously have national name ID and recognition. So it's going to be pretty hard to unseat them, no matter how radical their ideas are. A lot of them also that are facing pushback for their maybe anti-Israel comments and sentiment are in areas that might actually not be such a problem for them. Rashida Tlaib being one of those. So I think that, unfortunately, the squad is going to be alive and well. And I fear that even if they were unseated, there's more radical Democrats where they came from. And unfortunately, a lot of these districts are going to keep voting for radical Democrats. It's a sad reality. I wish I could be more optimistic, but unfortunately, I think this continues on.
Yeah, and one of the reasons people are asking these questions is because the pro-Israel lobby has millions of dollars and is putting that money towards their primary challengers. Business Insider says in a worst-case scenario for this group, their ranks could be cut in half. But like you said, Tomi, a lot of these people are in solidly blue districts. So it's interesting to talk about, one to follow, but a lot of them seem like they'll be in the safe zone as well. Tomi, thank you so much for joining us. Have a great day.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.